Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Danielle. Everybody calls me Danny, and I am actually sitting on the couch of our new house. We moved in, I would say, 2 months ago, and this is my first sit-down video in a very long time, so if I'm a little rusty, bear with me. Today I am super excited to bring you guys into my kitchen and show you my fully organized pantry. I did a full reorg and I have footage for you guys, so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you. So I'm going to take you through the reorg, and then we're going to do a full pantry tour when that is done. So I'm really excited to show you guys my pantry. I really hope you enjoy it, and let's go into the kitchen. So this is my pantry, and there's 3 cupboards. I think you can only probably see 2 of them. The top one, we just keep miscellaneous stuff. We store extra bags of our coffee up here and vitamins, paper towels. What we want to organize today is this right here. So I'm going to show you the jars, then we're going to pull everything out of the pantry, and then we're going to do a reorganization. We're done labeling, and now we're gonna have to get them in a way that looks nice. And this is our pantry. The good thing about this pantry is that it's a lot of space for a family of 3. The downside is that they're so deep that you can't functionally use the entire thing without just stuff getting lost in the back. So the goal of kind of organizing this pantry was really just to kind of get it to a place where everything was accessible and functional, which meant not going further than 2 deep, like 2 jars deep into the pantry, so that way you can reach everything that you need. We had to keep things organized and separated and labeled. We have an empty shelf up there, and down there doesn't use too much space either. So we're gonna go from bottom to top, just so that you guys can see what we have going on. We just have a couple things. I have my stand mixer, which does not get a lot of use, which is why it's back there. But if I ever need it, I can just literally pull this basket out, and I can pull it out. We have extra olive oil in the back, but basically I have potatoes and onions. Always have those. These baskets are from IKEA, and I just basically lined them with parchment paper. Here we have all of our pastas. We have elbows, and as you can see, there's 2 different types in there. Then we have farfalle in the back, which are just like fancy bow ties. We have conchiglietti, which is the shells, and then we have vegetable penne here. And then this is just kind of like an old base of like a mortar and pestle, and I just use it to keep like extra broth. So I have chicken stock and fish stock in here. Over here, I took the IKEA carafes and I essentially kind of like fill them with stuff, and I thought it was a great idea. So this one has Late's animal crackers, and this one has gluten-free flour, which is why it says GF flour. Here we have our coffee beans, and we like to keep it in an airtight container, so that's why it's in that. And then behind that we have spaghetti and fettuccine. Those were the only jars that were like tall enough that could fit all of them. And I kind of quite like the difference in how like we've kind of grouped together all of these different things. I think it definitely adds some visual interest to the space, and it's a nice contrast from the uniformity of the rest of the cupboard. On this shelf, so the third one from the bottom, we have some bigger jars here. So these baskets are from IKEA, and as you can see, I've labeled them. So this one has sauces, which is basically like tomato sauce, Alfredo sauce. I have a butter chicken sauce in here. We also have like some hot sauces and whatever, so that's really nice. And if we ever need more room and we need to tuck things back there, the cool thing about these baskets is that they have handles, so I can just like pull it out by the handle, and it's just like super easy to just get out and get in. On this side, we have our more starchy foods and flours. So in the back, we just have regular white flour, and then we have rice, which I need to stock up on. I'm gonna make a grocery order tonight. We have basmati rice, which is what we eat. That's all we eat, basmati rice. We don't eat any other kind of rice but basmati rice and or risotto rice. I have some corn flour, and then we have red lentils in the back. As you can see, we're running low a bit on these 3 starches, so I definitely need to do a restock very soon. I thought I would put baskets in the middle just to kind of break up the heaviness of this shelf up here and this one down here. So just to kind of create like that visual separation, I decided to put 2 accessible baskets here. One of them has overflow, which is basically all the opened packets that did not fit into the jars. So that goes into the overflow bin. And then in here we have snacks. We have granola bars, rice crackers, some little extra packs of Quaker Oats, and some regular crackers. And we also have popcorn, I think, in there too. So back here, I have some extra overflow that basically didn't fit in any of the baskets. If you look really closely, there's like a big bag of flour back there, and then I have a basket behind this one that's for bread. We're out of bread, but essentially once we get more bread, like I said, I need to place a grocery order. Yes, we're coming up on 2 weeks, and we place our grocery orders every 2 weeks. So once I get my grocery order, the bread basket is going to come up to the front, and then the overflow is going to go behind it. So that's the plan for this, but I put the overflow here just because there's stuff in there, and I thought it would look really nice, just have it look filled up. Up here, we're getting more towards breakfast and baking kind of stuff. So everything that you need to make a really nice breakfast or stuff like that. So on this side, we have cereal. Our family cereal of choice is mini wheat. Leith loves it, I love it, Hina loves it. It's a great snack for us if we really want something sweet. Sometimes Leith has it for breakfast. He loves mini wheats, absolutely. And so we have mini wheat cereal, we have oats to make him oatmeal, and then in the back is pancake mix. And then on this side is kind of like baking goods, little things that don't need big containers. So I have panko, baking powder, chia seeds, and then I have granulated and brown sugar. I have dark and white chocolate, and then I have hot chocolate and baking soda, and then we have a little bit of yeast right there. So that's that shelf. This shelf is just kind of like the food groups that don't really go into or fit into any of these containers. So I just have a box of beef broth here. I have some cake mix, devil's food and white cake mix, just so that like if I want to do any baking with Leith, this is what I will use, because it's like super easy to just kind of like introduce him to baking and just getting him comfortable with like mixing without ever having to worry about like losing good batter. So we have these super cheap, like 99 cents, I think, at the grocery store. And then I have an extra backup taco kit here. I've started making my tacos from my tortillas from scratch, but just in case I screw them up on any given night, I have this as backup just to kind of save the day. And then this is probably one of Hina's favorite things. It's just so super convenient, but it's basically gravy flour, and you just use it to pour into your sauces to thicken them, and it's super finely milled. So what that means is that you won't get that lumpy like lumps of flour in your sauces. And then in this basket, which is from the dollar store, I just have like soup packets in here, so like Mr. Noodles, cup soup and stuff like that. And then I used a pop container to store all of our canned goods. So you have canned beans, evaporated milk, baked beans, coconut milk, all that stuff is in here. And then last shelf up here, I used the same basket from the dollar store, and the labels were able to stick on them, which is really nice. But I just basically housed all of the vitamins in there. Then we have bags of coffee because we drink a lot of coffee in this house. And so we kind of try to get them in bulk, and then we just always have them on hand. This is probably my favorite one, the Guatemala Antigua blend. It's cocoa and spice, which is really nice. And then I just rhymed. And then this basket, this white basket, is also from the dollar store, and that just houses kind of like all pasta, which is unopened. It's not really overflow, it's just like extra stuff on hand. So that's what's in that basket, and this is pretty much the entire pantry, and I'm really happy with it. It looks super organized, and it just, it gives me so much joy. It brings me absolute joy. So that's the pantry. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, please let me know in the comment section below. I will leave a link to everything I've used in the description box below if you guys are interested. Do not forget to hit subscribe, and I will catch you next time.